Hey everyone, welcome to module number 2 of the Assisted Living Facility Marketing Blueprint. If you're watching this, maybe you're seeing a free preview of it, but it's included in the 10 steps to open an assisted living facility program that we did. The 10 steps to open an assisted living sounds quick, 10 steps, but each step is very, very detailed, and it's over 12 hours of recordings. And then this training here is going to be pretty comprehensive as well. So you're going to get a lot of training in the 10 steps to open an assisted living facility. Just show you how to get there. Once again, if you didn't know, my ALF Consultant, you go to training, and then you click on open an ALF courses. Also under the YouTube channel as well. So basically, today we're talking about the advertising and marketing foundations for success. So there's so much that goes into it, and I know that you're busy getting all the other steps for your business set up, but it's good that hopefully you're watching this before you've started the process so you can formulate a game plan and really try to put together a good marketing blueprint. So I think one of the most important things that will be a foundation for your success is to understand, like, what is your story? What makes your facility special? What is it that you do that somebody else doesn't do? And I mean, it's really about the people, like who you are, why you got in the business. And I'll show you a video that we made. I helped my dad make, and it's just a story about who we are and why we got into the business. So I think it's really important that you think about it and you can come up with a story about how your life's the history of your life has brought you to this point, and how you're perfectly situated to care for people. Everybody has a story. We just need to learn to develop it into that pitch. So there's a couple things that you can do once you develop the story. Okay. We have a good story. Let's see if I can find it for you. I'm going to share it with you because Cheryl always reminds me of it. First of all, let me just show you my dad's story, if I can pull it up here. Okay, so there's two. We'll start with the first one here.
Hi, I'm Charlie. My wife Barbara and I are the owners of Ocean Breeze Gardens. We're an assisted living community located a few blocks from the ocean in Satellite Beach. My wife and I got into this business because of the experiences that we had in the care of our mothers. Both our fathers died relatively young, and our mothers were fiercely independent and lived alone. My mom had a second stroke at about age 75, and she was no longer able to care for herself, and I had to make a choice. Either enroll her into assisted living or move into my home with my wife and 3 kids. I chose to move into my home. Make a long story short, we became instant caregivers. All of my time was spent taking her to appointments, doctor appointments, to rehab. We spent a long time cooking special meals for her and dressing her and bathing her, and I found that I had little time to enjoy her as mother because all of my time was spent in caregiving. Looking back, it put a huge strain on my family, and it wasn't one of my best decisions. Now, my mother-in-law, on the other hand, was a little different story, because when she was no longer able to care for herself, we decided to enroll her into caregiving. The thing I noticed right away was she was among people her own age, and they made friends immediately. There was a loving staff to take care of their needs, and we as a family could pick her up on weekends, take her out to dinner, or just hang out at the house. My mother-in-law had quality years in the remaining years of her life. Now, Barbara and I are in our vintage years, and we decided that after the years of experience that we had with our mothers, we decided that we did not want to put responsibility for our care in our children's hands. So we decided to build our own assisted living community. We wanted to build a place that we would like to live in, thus Ocean Breeze Gardens. It consists of 6 duplexes on 2.5 acres of land. Each duplex has 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 2 kitchens, 2 living rooms, 2 dining rooms. We also have organic gardens where our guests can enjoy gardening and they can consume their own food. We have a community center right next door which has many activities for senior citizens. The hospital is about 5 minutes away and there are many, many more amenities. We're a family-run business. My son Calais, my daughter-in-law Cheryl are the administrators. Check us out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
So that, we didn't try to overdevelop it. Like, we didn't try to make it really produced, professional looking. It just was real, simple. And I think that, that's going to come through. You're being genuine and not really like a marketing fluff piece. I'm going to see if I can find another one that I can show you here. No. Well, in the 10 steps, I think I covered that one. And Sherry Lynn was a caregiver for this is her property here. Yeah. She was a caregiver for a person, and she did such a good job that the family asked, "Hey, can we invest with you and help you open your own assisted living facility?" And it's a great story. When she tells it, it's powerful, and I can guarantee you when people come to do a tour, they're going to ask you, like, why did you get into this business, or how did you get in this business? So it's really good to have a story and a reason why, and a genuine reason why. And even if you can't think of something, like think about it, talk to other people. You could be from the service industry, and it's like, well, you've been providing service your whole life, and now you want to take care of seniors and provide them with high quality service, or you had a bad experience someplace and you really wanted to change that and have an impact on people. Doesn't matter if you're in healthcare or not in healthcare. You have a reason why you got into it besides just to make money and to be independent. So try to develop that. So yeah. Then, so if you don't want to make a video, some people don't want to make a video. It's so powerful though. I just want you to get over it and just have somebody videotape it and just say it, and just don't ever watch it. But if you can't do that, then the best thing would be to write an article, about us article. Make it in depth. Sometimes I go to people's about us page and it's very slim, just like a 1 paragraph. Put together a really nice comprehensive article. And if you need to, just have somebody else write it for you, maybe pay them to do it, because it can go in all of your marketing material. So that's one thing, is the about us, right? And then you also need what is unique. Like in the video that you saw, my dad mentioned that we had all these kitchen, living rooms and space, community space, and then we had an organic garden. That was a great big part of our tour. I'm going to pull up my Facebook page. And okay, so this is our Facebook page, and so here's a video. I had to pause it because it's a little laggy while I'm recording. But let's just go ahead and watch this little video. Hey everyone, for those of you who haven't been to Ocean Breeze Gardens, I just wanted to give you a really quick backyard view of our community. This is our organic gardens where we grow some fresh fruits and vegetables, herbs for the residents. It's a nice community. We got resort style landscaping, walkways, 6 buildings. We've got apartment patio homes here, 2 bedroom, 2 bath. And then we've got cottages. And in the cottages we have 8 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms. And the residents live in as close to a home-like environment as possible. But I just wanted to show you our gardens. My dad's growing some great tomatoes. And sometimes the residents will just come by here and pick what they want. So we got some eggplant growing here, got all our parsley, more tomatoes. Yep. Well, that's it. Bye, guys. So that's part of the unique selling proposition. We had a lot. I mean, it was a home-like environment, a lot of other things, but let's see here. Do we have another video? Oh yeah, I think I just got some picking. It's really slow. Just a little thing you throw on Facebook, little marketing piece, doesn't have to be a big deal. So let's go back here. So that your unique selling proposition, one of our unique selling proposition was that we had organic gardens. We had lettuce and tomatoes, and it really was a popular thing. Okay, so in the 10 steps to opening a facility, one of the main parts, I think it was step number 3, you had to do a lot of research and to really understand the market, understand the resources available, understand, you know, where people get services, like really understand the market. And you need to become the resource. Because a lot of people are going to be coming to you and they've never dealt with anything in assisted living ever before. They just never think about it. They never planned on it. And all of a sudden, they come to visit mom, and mom needs assisted living, or mom ends up in the hospital, and they say to her, she can't go home. And so they show up on a Saturday at your place for a tour, and they are lost. They don't know what an advance directive is. They don't know what a living will is. They don't know what a healthcare surrogate is. They don't know where to apply for funding, what funding is available. They don't know the resources that are available, the other services that are available, like hospice, home health. So you're going to be an expert that they're going to lean on, and so you really need to become that expert, become the resource, become a resource. And there's a lot that will go into the marketing as we develop it, into you becoming this resource in the community. So you need to become a resource, and it starts with your education. The next thing, of course, you probably already have a name for a business picked out, and that's fine. Just one thing I'll say, I'm going to quickly pause. I'm going to jump over to a trademark search. So companies could trademark their name. I'll give you an example. I bought a website called, I think it was called 5starcaregiver.com. And immediately, like the next week, I got notifications from a company of 5-Star Senior Living. They monitor anything to do with 5-star related to healthcare. So as soon as I registered the domain name, I got threatening notifications from attorneys saying, hey, that's a trademarked term, 5-star Senior Living, 5-star communities, whatever it is. You got to do a little trademark search to start. I mean, I'm not telling you that just because you pick a name that it's totally in the clear, but at the very minimum, you need to do a trademark search on the term. You can also Google the name, and I think you would do trademark basics. You go search trademarks, yeah, and it'd tell you all about it. But when you pick a name, you also want to pick something you can get the domain name, you can get it, for the website. That's easy. It's not too long. Like, you don't want to have it too long. And you want to have it different enough from other facilities. So even just in the state of Florida, you want to do a search of facilities, or if you're not in the state of Florida, you want to search for facilities. Like, for example, if you were going to name your facility First Care Assisted Living, and then there was another facility called First Choice Care Assisted Living, or My First Choice, or something too close to another facility that could be confusing. And it does happen. People do pick, names that are very similar to other names. And if they're in the same area, it can get confusing as well. So you just want to make sure that you're protected and it's brandable. I think something that's brandable is a good idea. But I'm not going to get too far into business name. A lot of people have a name picked out. Phone number. You want a phone number that's local to where your facility is going to be located. So I don't just mean area code. I also mean if you can get the 3 numbers that go before so in Satellite Beach, for example, most of the phone numbers had a 777 number or a 773. So it's 321-777-773. And I bought a cable phone and I just started using that. And it wasn't the local phone number, but I already bought it and I was stuck with it and it was all on my marketing material. But if I could give you one piece of advice, I would find some way to get a local phone number. And you may need to set up a local phone number with your local service provider, like a landline, like an AT&T or something like that. Then you can transfer your number later on. Like you can port it. It's called porting. So even if you have a local number, you can move it to like a cable phone or something like that, and then you own the phone number. But I would say try to get a local number so when you're making outgoing calls to people or they see it on your marketing material, they know that they know where it is. You may not be in a small town that it matters. There may be all kinds of 3 digits that go, it won't make a difference. But you do want to get your phone number as early as you can so that you can start to put it on things, start to develop marketing, start taking phone calls. Need be, you want to get your email address set up. I do believe that if you set up with assistedlivingwebsite.com, that will get you a email address that goes with it. So it'll be like info@yourwebsitename.com. Assisted Living website also, I'll tell you about that in a little bit. The logo you want to develop, you can get that developed from someplace like Fiverr, or maybe a friend or family member can develop a logo for you. Business cards, you can use GotPrint, which is a good, or Vistaprint or something like that for business cards. They have a lot of preformed templates, which make it easy. Now, the one thing I would say is a lot of people skimp on photos. Get yourself some professional photos. Now, if you do a Google search, let's see here. If you do a search by real estate photography, so I'm just going to do like Orlando. Okay. And a lot of these real estate photography companies have packages for taking photographs of homes. And some of them can be as little as $200 or $150, and you get like 30 pictures. Just they know what to do. They know how to make the adjustments. It's really worth it. So go ahead and get, there's so many. So just try to find one that's reasonable. They'll also do like a video walkthrough. It's good to, you're not open yet. It's a good idea to get all your photos and videos ahead of time. Your place is going to look perfect and beautiful. And then you can use it on all of your marketing material, on your Facebook page, on your website. Really get a good outside picture if you can. If your outside doesn't look good, then maybe get a photo with you, the owners, in front of the house, or something that you can use as your main photo. Taking a photo of the owners is so valuable. It just makes you real rather than corporate, and that's really another thing that's going to position yourself in contrast of these larger communities where they're corporate owned. Some of them are Wall Street, they're on Wall Street. Family owned and operated. They're going to want to know who the family is. Think about the pizza shop, right? And it's like Pizza Hut versus, the local pizza shop, and you go to the website and it's like this Italian guy they've been passing down this recipe for generations. That's the contrast that you need to make. I mean, you're not going to be this corporate place. You're family owned and operated. You do small, environment. But if you're bigger and you're watching this video, then you need to lean into those things that you do. You have a professional management team, you have, whatever those things are is your unique selling proposition. So photographs of the people, the operators. And I have seen large communities who were family owned and they did a really nice video explaining the family business. And it still can be unique. And listen, we were 30 beds as well. So it's not like we were totally small. So the photographs are going to be very important. Then you have to set up a Facebook page, right? So Facebook, there's a difference between Facebook, your personal page, and a Facebook business page. So my computer's running a little slow. And the Facebook business page will allow you to do advertisements and some other things. So don't just take a account that you have and convert it over. Some people do that. And I think you could. What I mean is don't just change the name and then you want to get a brandable page that has the @ symbol, like this one we had was at Ocean Breeze Garden. See up at the top. You can I think you can convert a personal page into a business page at one time, but it's a one-way thing. So you'll just go ahead and Google business page, and then you'll just go follow step by step setting up your Facebook business. So when you do set up your Facebook business page, just be sure you fill out every single thing that you can. Everything, the about us, the address. Put the address in, even if you don't have. I'm not sure. You can click off where you don't have to select an address. Let's take you to the back end here. So edit page, info. And I know some of this is duplicated. We talk about it in the launch program, but in the 10 steps to open an assisted living facility, which is just an amazing deal. I'm just telling you, you're not going to find a better deal than what we're offering. And the reason why we put it the way it is not because you're not getting it's not worth it. I think the price right now is $200. And other people will charge you thousands of dollars for this much information. The reason why we price it this way is because we want you to make an educated decision. We don't want to ask you $2,000. You get into the program and then you're like, oh, I don't know if this business is really right for me. So even if you spend $200, you learn the business. Even if you're not ready to make a big commitment, you have the knowledge. And what happens is sometimes an opportunity falls in your lap. Maybe the economy gets worse and landlords are like, please just take my property. Or you find an assisted living facility that used to exist and all you got to do is just take it over. And it may have closed because the owners were over leveraged, didn't have the right negotiation on the lease terms, had loans that they couldn't afford and they just had to give it up, and then there's nobody there to pick it up. So having the education is key so that when the opportunity does come up, and it goes back into what we always say, don't rush. You don't have to rush. You're going to find the right opportunity. So this is a duplicate information partially because the 10 steps we cover marketing in a little bit in step 3 or step 4, and then we have one whole module on it. But this blueprint is much more comprehensive. That one is really just like a launch program to get you started. Like, what do you do when they're part of the 10 steps? This is more comprehensive. Like after you're open, this program is going to talk about marketing strategies, and you're going to get to see like examples of us demonstrating it, join webinars. So this program is way more comprehensive and ongoing marketing information, okay? So when you're in here, you can see that you have see. And if you don't have a phone number yet, you can save it without it. And you can do the same thing with everything. This street address here If you don't have the street address yet, you could check it off. So you could start to build this. You don't have to make it public yet. You know, set your hours, set your, click on the pricing. I don't know why this didn't stick. Anyway, everything that you can select. Okay, so you've set up your Facebook business page, or you'll be working on that. Then you got to do Google My Business. Google My Business. You just type in Google My Business, and you can, right here, set up a Google My Business page. So what does a Google My Business page look like? You've all seen it. Let's just say oh, they have a lot. Let's just pick. Ah, there's Google My Business, right where my head is. Okay. So they have a map linked to it. They've got their website. They've got their reviews. They've got, all this information. So I told you that Facebook details are important. This is more important because when people are Googling it, the keywords are all part of that search. So you got to make sure every single thing is filled out on here completely. Add as many photos as you can. That's Google My Business. Now when you're starting out, you're not going to have any reviews. But the thing is that you have people that that could leave a review, a testimonial about you, the person who's running it. So you have people that they're like references. So your friends or family can go and leave like reviews and say, they don't have to talk about the facility, but they can talk about you as the owner. So try to get 5 of them, at least 5 stars. Start out with something good. I've known Stacy for 20 years. She's a great nurse and she's whatever it is. So make them more personal references and try to build that up right there. See your phone number. But the sooner you get this up, the sooner that you can hit the ground running. So Google My Business. Move myself back here. Nextdoor app. Now this is something that I haven't done. We're going to be doing it for one of our facilities that we're working with, Sheila, who's our consultant trainer. And she's opening a facility in St. Petersburg called Prestigious Life, and we're building her website. We did logos, and I'm going to pause that. I'm going to show you her logos. They look so. These are the logos we've been working on. I just think they look fantastic. So that's one. I think we're going to go with one of these. Anyway, so we're going to be building that, and then we're going to be setting up I think you can do business on Nextdoor app. I'll post a video down below, but I'm going to take you through a demonstration of all that. I think you can do so I think you have to be a business in the area, in the neighborhood. And then I think you can join. So that might be the first step. I haven't done it because Nextdoor is still relatively new. We're going to be going through that process. I'll be doing a video on it shortly. Okay. Yelp? I think that you probably want to. I don't know how I feel about Yelp. I know it's more about food. I didn't set up with. I don't think I did set up with Yelp. I don't think I did. But you'd hate to have a review go on there and you didn't have a way to respond. So I think they automatically will pull your data. So it might be a good idea to go on there and set it up just so that you can counteract if somebody does go on there and leaves a review. But I think they get business data and they just publish all these pages. So you may end up having a Yelp page at some point. Okay, but it's not a priority. Now your website is very, very important. I know I've seen people saying it's not important. I believe it's very important. First of all, how do you advertise on Google if you don't have a website to promote? It's basically like it's a place people go to learn about you. I mean, and it's organized, right? So let me give you an example here. Here's Ocean Breeze Gardens, right? If I promote my Facebook page and people come here, it's unorganized. Like it's just a bunch of random the posts are piled up. It's not like organized and coherent, and pretty much everybody's page looks the same. Whereas an assisted living facility, let me give you some examples of that. I'll show you what some of the templates that we're going to have at assisted living website, and for the price that we're going to you're just not going to find websites like this. Like these are like $10,000 websites, right? But at Assisted Living website, we're going to be offering you websites like this for like a couple $100, and then a small monthly fee for maintenance, and allow you to really affordable plans. So top-notch websites. But just look at the difference, right? If you don't have a website, first of all, remember I showed you over here on Google My Business. So if you don't have a website, that link's not here. And on Facebook too, I mean, you can have a link to your website and all your brochures and everything. What do you put on your brochures if you don't have a website? Facebook? So, and these are just not, look, they're well presented. People can contact you. You can gain information. The good thing is that if they, with your website, if they come to your website, we can capture their information, most of them, and then retarget them with ads. There's a lot of things that you can do with the website. I just want to show you how nice they are. You can post news articles. You can have your sample menu. Let's see, what type of options do they have here? A map to your location. They have links to their billing. So this one is sort of basic, and then you can put alerts like this for with the COVID. So let's just go through some of these here. But look at this. You can have your floor plans, your gallery. You post your careers over here. Contact us. I would definitely put in your sample menu. Let me put some of the items that I listed here. So assisted living website. The site's still in development, but in a few weeks it'll be up and running. You can post a virtual tour, and you can have a link that says virtual tour. So when they come to the site, it's very easy to find. They can click on it. You can post your testimonials. You can control your testimonials, right? So if you rely on these other third-party services like Facebook or whatever it is for your website, your presence online, somebody posts a negative review, you can't delete it. On your website, you have complete control over everything that people see. So there won't even be a negative review because you won't post it. You post all your testimonials. You can have a blog. You can put your picture gallery. You can take videos. You can post your menu. You can post an activities calendar. You can have an About Us section with all of your staff, and the staff can change, and you can post new pictures. You can post your About Us story, your video, and the About Us going back to the story, you want them to feel like Could I leave my mom or my dad or my brother or my sister with this person, with these people? And I think that that's what you want to work on when you're telling your story and your unique selling proposition. But let's just go look at, I mean, this is beautiful. See? But you see how important your photos are? These are all photos at the facility. These aren't just stock photos. Look at this. I know that's, of course, a beautiful picture, but we have to get the front of your picture looking the best as possible. Look at Meet the Team. So you can post your caregivers and put a little story about each of them. And if they leave, you just remove them and you can post a new little thing. I think people want to know, like, who's going to be taking care of my loved one. Look, it's not a fancy photo, but look, you just got this. You got your story, wellness director, life. These are fantastic. This is really well done. They got their living options, all your services, what's new. There's your activities calendar, see? So people can learn all about your facility before they go. And then if they come and visit your facility, they can go back and review your website. And got the sun blaring in over here. See? Post your calendar. About us, overview, careers, contact us. Very well done. See that? So let's look at another one. This is really nice. I mean, look at that. Pricing and availability. Call this phone number. Meet the team. Personalize your space. Programs, activities. Sunrise Pets. They probably have a pet visitor program. These are unique. That's a unique selling proposition right there. At Sunrise, we love animals and appreciate the importance of pets in people's lives. You're welcome to bring your own pet that you care for yourself, and every Sunrise community has a resident cat or a dog. Look at that. When you walk into a Sunrise community, you are often greeted by a sweet and obedient dog, or you may spot the community cat curled up in its favorite resident's lap. These pets live at the community full-time and are truly part of our Sunrise family. In fact, many of our communities are home to senior pets who we've adopted from local animal shelters. That's a unique selling proposition. That's what I'm talking about. They got their menu. Fantastic. Really good website. Very nice. Okay. Here's another one. About us. Find a community. Resources. They have resources. Videos. Testimonials. Really nice website. So don't let anybody tell you that websites aren't important. See, these are all videos, right? So let's just go ahead and hear a testimonial video, which you absolutely should have. Watch how powerful this is.
I was living at another facility in Barrington, and my daughter said that there was a new place, Deer Park, and she said, let's take a look. So we did. And she liked it, I liked it, and so we signed up. I was the first. It looked clean, first of all, and I liked the way it was arranged. I love my apartment. I have a beautiful apartment. It's exactly what I need. And it's a nice place to meet friends. I have some very dear friends that I've become close to. For that, I'm grateful. They have a variety of things to do, so I'm never bored. I'm always involved in something. By the time 7 o'clock arrives, I'm ready. Close my door. My children enjoy the fact that I'm having a good life. They wanted to make sure I was happy, and I am. I recommend it to all my friends. Just stay here for a weekend and see how nice it is. I love living in Solana Deer Park.
Yeah,
I was living.
that's really good. So you definitely want to have testimonial videos. Now that one was super overproduced. Like you don't need to spend a lot of money on them. You can literally just have somebody just real, just like my dad's video. It doesn't have to be crazy. So let's add that there, because did I have testimony? Yeah, did have testimonial videos. Let's do videos, text, could be audio recording, picture with text. Okay, so another reason why you want to have a website is because when you run a Google ad, which you absolutely have to do, everybody should be running a Google ad, at least just for their name, okay? I did set up a Google ad for one of my facilities. Let's see if it's running or if it's active. It might have run out of budget. Ah, look at that. See? Look at that. You absolutely want to run an ad because you control being up at the top. Especially if they're searching for your name, you want to be here. So in the other video I did, you watch me set this up, or it'll be maybe the next video you watch. But if you don't have a website, how are you going to advertise this? She still has to get her website link in here. It's recommending it, but you definitely need to add here. Now, if somebody types, you can have an ad for that, but you can also, I think we're also advertising Rockledge. Super hyper micro target your specific city. So if anybody searches, we might not be bidding the right amount for that. Yeah, we might be outbid. Because if you type in a generic search, yeah. Oh, there we are. So look, we're on page 2 at the bottom. That's because I think I bid maybe $5 a click, where these people at the top are bidding $10 a click. But it's not my money, and Sheila's full right now, so we don't need to bid a lot. But if they're specifically searching for her name, we want to be up at the top. So if you don't have a website, you're not doing any of that. Let's take a look. Maybe I can. So this is the ad campaign for that ad that I just showed you. So we've got these people are only searching within the Rockledge area, so it's limited to that area. So 4 people, I think this is the total, 18 clicks to her website. So 4 people search for elderly home who were in Rockledge or searching in Rockledge. And then, so she only paid $1.28 for each one of those clicks. So if, let's just say, for those 4 people, you're not going to get a client. But let's just say we let this run. So total, you've had 18 clicks, and average cost is $1. So $18. and it's only been a few days. I think we're doing $5 a day, something like that. So let's just say that it's 18 clicks times 3 days times. So there's another 27 days. So it's like 5 clicks a day. 5 times 30 is 150 people who are searching for assisted living facilities in that area. 150. Okay, so if she spent a couple $100 a month and $150 a month, if she doesn't get anybody, even if she got one person a year, it's only $1,800. $1,800 a year, but she had 1,800 people click and go to her website who were searching for these type of services. So if she gets one deal out of that, right, and the person pays $3,500 for 5 years, that's better than paying a placement service, isn't it? I mean, a placement service, you get somebody move in at $3,500, they're going to take $3,500. Instead, you could run an ad for 2 years getting these kind of clicks coming to your website. Way more powerful. So you need a website. You need to make it good, make it professional. Brochures, you got to get a brochure made. You got to give them something when they come by. I have a great idea that I'm working on. It's a booklet. You're going to be seeing it, and it's like a resource guide booklet. I'll be developing that for Sheila's property. It's going to be an 8-page booklet, and it's going to maybe take the place of a brochure. We're working on a newsletter, which is a done-for-you newsletter, which you can use it as a marketing tool. Fantastic idea. So think about putting together a newsletter. You'll be developing maybe an email list, and you can email out a newsletter. You may put together a newsletter for your community. Some people do that, like a digital newsletter. Talks about things that happen, things that are coming up. Stay in touch with your families. Stay in touch with people that are prospects that are interested. And the way you would do that is you would just set up like a MailChimp account or something like that. A yard sign. A lot of people that are in business don't even do this. I talked to one of my friends who has a facility, and I'm like, they can't have a sign out front, but they can have a yard sign. They could just put a yard sign out there when they're in the office. And the yard sign could just say open house. I mean, just put it out there when you're in the office. Open house, assisted living, open house. Take it down. They sell them right here at this Got Print. So I would get, probably this bigger one here, and it could just say open house, assisted living, assisted living facility, 24-hour caregivers. Just fit a little bit on here. You can have one with arrows, so you can put it on a major street, just like a real estate does an open house. Drive traffic. People didn't know that you were down there. Now they do. One thing I would say is, what is your offer going to be? It's really distracting with this light. I'm trying to stay out of the light here. So what are you going to offer? You're going to offer something to people? When you're just starting, consider that just to fill up your beds. If you have lower occupancy, maybe you make an offer. Maybe you just got to get people in the door. Waiving admissions fees, free adult daycare services just to get them in. Something you could offer people, which is a good idea, is you could offer free meal delivery to vulnerable at-home people who are in the community. So just make some extra meals and deliver some extra meals. Maybe you could sponsor 5 people, a couple times a week, and just go bring these extra meals to these homebound people who may eventually become one of your assisted living residents. So what did it cost you, really? Just extra food cost? I think it's a great thing. So you could tell the fire department or the police department and just say, hey, if you know anybody who's homebound that may need an extra meal or two, we'll send our caregivers there a few days a week to go check on them or bring them a meal. That's a great offer to make. Make a video put it on your Facebook page and tell people, hey, this is something we do for the community. We try to do as many as we can, but we're limited to how many people we can help. But making an extra meal or two doesn't cost a lot. And if you just schedule an extra staff a couple days a week for an overlap that they can run out and deliver those meals, I think it's really powerful. Free date night. Are you going to do, these are just foundational things that we're going to get into, like digital marketing and print marketing and stuff like that. But your offer could be like, hey, we offer a free date night for people. If you're, people oftentimes are taking care of their loved one at home. So people will be taking care of their mom, and they never get a break because it's 24 hours a day. So you put it out there and you'll be like, hey, we have free date night on Friday, for 5 people, Friday the 25th. And if you take care of a loved one and you just need a date with your husband, or you just want a break to go out and play bridge with your friends, drop your loved one off with us. We're doing a free date night. It's 3 hours. We'll provide meals, activities, and just take in a few people from the community, post it on your Facebook page. And those people will lead to, first of all, it's great content for your page. You could also send out a letter into the community saying you offer a free date night. You could, when they do a tour, you definitely want to offer them to sit down and join you for a meal. A thing about placement services, a lot of people think that they're just waiting to, there's just like this backlog of people, and they're just like, oh my God, thank you so much for opening. Now we can fill your beds. That they have plenty of places to send people to, but they need great places. They need quality places. That's what they're lacking. So the good placement services will fill all their good places and won't bring people to bad places. So if you really want to get placement services to bring you business, you have to be great. You have to be good. So some of the placement services are Place for Mom, Care Patrol, local services. Care Patrol is a franchise. If you don't know what placement services to use, then go ask a discharge planner, ask a social worker, go to networking events, find out who the placement services are in town. You'll find them. There's probably usually a few key ones. And then you have to really develop a relationship with the service. But let me just, like I mentioned before, I showed you how I can spend $5 a day, $1,800 a year, and generate a lot of business. People coming through the door that potentially would be leads. And $1,800 is way cheaper than paying a placement service 1 month's rent, $3,600. I know that you need them both, right? Because your placement service, you definitely want to engage them. I always use them, and if they brought me somebody, I was always appreciative. But you need to. If you spend $300 a month, I showed you an example. If you spend $150 a month, if you spend $300 a month, what would you have? You'd have 3,600 potential leads, and you may never need a placement service. So I think that the key, you got to do both. Both are very important. And these are just the beginning parts of our foundational program, the Assisted Living Facility Marketing Blueprint. I know this was a little long. It was a little laggy. I hope it was valuable. But go ahead and click on the link if you want information about our class. Email us, post a question in the comments. We're here to help, and have a great day.